Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Ancestors strike back. Opposition elder who poured dog blood in the palace loses cocoa fortune in a mysterious fire. Chai! When they warn, they have been warning. The thing is that sometimes I keep wondering why some elders behave like elders are supposed to give wisdom. They are supposed to dispense wisdom to the younger generation. But sometimes some elders are so carried away by emotions. They are so carried away by the love for money. They are so carried away by the love for position that they tend to forget where they are. You have been there. You have seen how people in the past have been dragged down, disgraced, humiliated because they connive with these same women. And you, an elder who is so trusted by the Ooni of Ife, could do this. As we march towards the final full moon ritual that will seal Queen Naomi's full reinstatement into the palace of Ile-Ife, it appears the ancestors have finally risen in anger. The gods are no longer waiting. The battle lines have been drawn, and anyone standing in the way of divine restoration is now facing a type of judgment that only the gods can deliver. Swift, mysterious, and devastating. The latest report shaking the palace to its core is that the same elder who led the conspiracy to desecrate the palace ground with dog blood has lost everything. Yes, you heard me right, Dela, right, everything. The man known to be one of the most successful and respected cocoa merchants in Ile-Ife, watched in disbelief as a mysterious fire engulfed his entire cocoa storage, reducing it to ashes in broad daylight. They say when the news broke out, Pa Abolaren fainted. This was not just a fire, it was spiritual judgment disguised as karma. People who witnessed it said it was as if the fire had a mind of its own. It didn't spread to nearby buildings. It didn't follow natural fire pattern. It went straight for his storage, tore through his crates, barrels, and bags of cocoa like a vengeance unleashed by the gods. By the time the fire service arrived, there was nothing left to save, all gone. They say where Pa Abolaren, got this news. They say he fainted immediately and was rushed to the hospital, that he had partial stroke. This man has been one person that has been, with the Ooni of Ife. People thought that he was supporting the Ooni of Ife, whereas he is one of Kabiesi's biggest opposition. One of Queen Naomi's biggest opposition. He does not want Queen Naomi to return. They said he had been, fingered weeks earlier as the one who poured, who has been working with Oloris. But nobody knew that they were planning to pour sacrificial dog blood at a sensitive spiritual site within the palace just before the full moon ritual. Nobody knew. That act, was more than a rebellion. It was a direct insult to the gods. In the tradition of Ile-Ife, dog blood is considered a, desecration. It is a spiritual taboo so grievous that no ordinary punishment is considered enough. It pollutes the land, offends the oracle, and invites chaos into sacred grounds. When this elder went ahead to use it as a weapon to spiritually destabilized Queen Naomi's full moon rite, he unknowingly invited the curse upon himself. The gods had been watching. The ancestors had kept silent, but not for long. Now, as we are hearing what is going on, they said that, Ebony, Ikpi, they are in trouble. Serious trouble. Because they said they are the ones working with this man. Now, what makes this story even more mysterious is that shortly before the fire, the elder reportedly had a disturbing dream. In that dream, he was said to be, dragging a white cloth soaked in, blood across the palace, floor, while being, chased by 7 ancestral figures. He woke up sweating and confused. That same morning, His driver said the man suddenly canceled all appointments and refused to leave his house. He kept, mumbling about spirits and asking his wife if she could hear drums beating underground. Hours later, his cocoa empire went down in smoke. Some say it's a coincidence, but anyone who understands the ways of the gods of Ile-Ife knows better. This is spiritual justice in motion. They said the papa fainted. That the man is somebody. I told you, there was a time he was very ill. Kabiyesi sent this man, the wife and the son, to Germany for a surgery with his own money. The man was that close that when his cocoa, the man is a cocoa merchant. So he used to buy cocoa. He made a lot of money. At some point, his cocoa business went down. Kabiyesi gave him a loan of 60 million to pay gradually. They were that close. Now, why people who are so close to you will be the first people to stab you is what I do not understand. And that's why everybody is saying people should just be careful. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Delarama. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the sources still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love you. A show. I do well, my people. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. They said a fear is now spreading among others who were allegedly involved in the same sabotage. But as whispers say, more people connected to that dog blood conspiracy have already started seeing signs. Strange illnesses, night screams, loss of contract, children falling sick mysteriously and money drying up overnight. Spiritual leaders are warning them that this is not just the beginning, okay? This is just the beginning. Anyone who touches Queen Naomi unjustly will pay heavily because she is not just a woman. She is a woman covered by divine grace. Her work with the gods is not ordinary. Her exit from the palace may have looked messy in the eyes of men, but in the eyes of the gods, okay, it was a painful disruption of a sacred covenant that must now be restored fully. Queen Naomi is living her destiny, her struggles, and everything happens to be her destiny. Don't go and take Panadol for another person's headache. Leave the women to fight alone and respect yourself as an elder. Respect yourself as an elder. Elders should learn how to respect themselves. They said that's why the gods are not waiting for the third full moon ritual to fight. They are already doing spiritual, housekeeping. They are flushing out rebellion from the inside. They are rearranging the order of the palace because for the final full moon ritual to succeed, the air must be clean, the land must be calm, and the hand of the Ooni must be free of traitors. That is the level we are now operating on. And everyone, no matter their title, status, or lineage, who stands in the way of this restoration will test the raw hand of ancestral revenge and vengeance. That is what Iyanifa is warning all of them against. Now, elders in the palace are holding emergency meetings. Some are advising the Ooni of Ife to begin revoking royal protection from those wives and elders already exposed spiritually. The logic is simple. If they are allowed to remain under immunity, the gods may extend their rod to the palace itself. But if they are removed and sent away, the gods will redirect their anger specifically at the culprit. The Ooni has not yet spoken publicly on this, but insiders say he is deeply disturbed. He was not expecting the spiritual response to be this brutal, this fast. But as the saying goes, the gods of Ile-Ife do not shout, they strike, and when they do, there is no remedy. This is what is going on in the palace of the Ooni of Ife right about now. Now, what does removing immunity means? Anybody, you carry your hand, go touch bitter leaf, now let your hand go bitter. My hand no go come bitter. My pikin hand no go come bitter. Your generation hand no go come bitter. Now only you. And that is why they are asking that Ooni removes immunity. And if Kabiyesi truly agrees to remove immunity, do you know what that means? It's an honor. You are exiting the palace of the Ooni of Ife. You're no longer a wife to the Ooni of Ife. That is what it means. What makes this even more compelling is the quietness of, Kabiyesi and Queen Naomi. They haven't even said a word. Queen Naomi's own is normal. She would never say anything. But Kabiyesi, they say the man is just angry and quiet over the things that have happened. And one of those things that have broken his heart so much is this issue of this man, the cocoa plant, everything. They say he just lost everything over what? Over greed and following Oloris that have put a lot of people in trouble. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged rumors of verified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.